I've been through a lot of hurricane experiences where there were challenges outside of the facility, but I've not been through an experience where there were as many challenges inside of the facility.
Definitely the hardest 24 hours of my career thus far.
Definitely an eventful night. 2 to 3 hours before landfall, we'd gotten a call from the city that sewer treatment plants were going to be evacuated just as a precaution. Communication went out to the team for water conservation. Around 10:30, we lost water pressure to the building. We were fortunate to be able to tap into a well that we had to keep our cooling towers going, our chilled water. Around 2:30, 2:45, maybe a little after that, we lost network entirely, so that means telephones, EMR, computer system. And then around 3:30, 3:45, we actually had a generator failure.
My first reaction was, oh boy. That was my first reaction, and then I took a deep breath and I said, okay, so we got to figure this out. I got the call roughly around 10 o'clock that we had lost water pressure when we were in the middle of a dialysis treatment for a patient. Obviously, that's very concerning. Trying to mitigate what we were going to do for that patient that was in the middle of a procedure, but then what does not having water look like for the rest of the facility in terms of patient care? That means we can no longer do any dialysis procedures, we can no longer do any surgical procedures at that point, and then basic ADLs or activities of daily living, so bathing, toileting, things of that nature for patients that we no longer could do. I spent a lot of time doing that, and then simultaneously communicating with the nursing leaders to ease the panic of what was happening.
It was definitely a lesson for me. I'd never had that much infrastructure or critical infrastructure go down at one point.
You know, it's one thing to suffer any one of the events on an individual basis, but to have one type of failure followed by 30 minutes an hour later by another failure followed by 30 minutes an hour later another failure, and each one of those being significant was really a challenge for the team. When you've lost connectivity, when you've lost a lot of connections, you feel a little isolated. But as soon as those services started to be restored, we started to see system resources that were being flooded at us, all the way down to Stephanie Connors coming and visiting. The experience of that for the team was really just uplifting to all of them. It was almost the all clear that we had made it through the worst of everything that we were going to have to deal with.
I'm extremely proud of my team. Everything that could go wrong went wrong, but to see their positivity and calmness, everyone was just, okay, so what's going on? You know, very calmly asking me, where are we? But they all had a lot of trust in St. Anthony's Hospital. They had a lot of trust in Baycare and what our processes were, and that they felt very comfortable that we were gonna get through it.
I'm fairly new to St. Anthony's. I heard a lot about the culture and just the teamwork, and again, it just showed itself in its true colors, and I'm very proud of the way that the team stepped up and all answered the call.
I was really proud of the entire team and how they responded, the way that they were able to respond to each challenge, coming together as one team really, regardless of what the assignment was.